I was the 78th fastest growing company in all of America. Took me 5 years to do it. But you want to know something? Because it took me 5 months to lose it all. I want to talk about money. You know, it's interesting. I have people talk about wealth and everything like that. And I find it very curious is they don't really know about money. They don't know about finances, okay? We know the American dollar or the euro or the British pound, all these different types of paper and all these different types of money. We know that when you go out and work, you go do some things and people give you money for doing it. You have a business, people give you money so you can provide your product or service to it. I think it's very safe to say everybody understands that. But I tell you, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, their knowledge of money stops right there. It doesn't go further. People don't watch and observe what's happening with their money, all right? Now, I'll tell you a story. When I was around 30 years old, I'd already had my first company. I had taken this thing up into the Inc. 500. I was the 78th fastest growing company in all of America. I was so proud of that. Took me 5 years to do it. But you want to know something? Because of all the things that were occurring around my life, it also took me 5 months to lose it all. And it ended up me being in bankruptcy. It was one of the most disgusting periods of my life. But here was what was spawned from that. I made a decision that I would never, ever allow myself to get into a situation like this. Now look, I'm a Scientologist, okay? I went into the organization and I did these 3 courses. Here's the first one. This is what you do if your finances, like mine were at the time, were in a disaster, okay? They were a disaster. And I took the information from this course and I went ahead and I applied it to my life and I used it to dig myself out of the hole, okay? Now, there's this next course. This is the one that made all the difference in the world for me. See, money is a form of energy, all right? Just like when you flip the switch, electricity energy flows up to the light bulb and the light goes on, okay? Money is just a form of energy. If you spend it this way, something happens. It causes something to happen, to occur, to take place. So when this energy comes into you, are you looking at what happened? Did you put it into an accounting system? I'm talking about you as a personal individual, right? Are you keeping track of your finances? Here's the deal. From the day I went bankrupt and I got to the other side of that, and I did this course, I do this process. It's called Financial Planning Number 1, FP Number 1. I do this every week of my life. This is now going back over 37 years. And here's the deal, guys. I could show you where every penny I ever made came from, properly documented on a piece of paper where I examined it at the end of every week. I could tell you what I did with that money. How did I plan to allocate it? What was I going to use it for? You got to understand at this time, I'm in bankruptcy. I have a wife and 4 kids, little guys. You know how expensive those little guys are? Hell, what a wife. They're not cheap either. I had to make sure the money I got coming in was properly being used, and I allocated it specifically for these things. And if I wanted something, I had to save up for it and put that money aside and keep track of it. And all of this is done on a weekly basis. And then when I let that money come out, man, I'll tell you, it was like pulling a penny from me. I would let that thing get scratched till like it would almost snap. But I would actually let the money come in, I would allocate it, and I would make sure when it went out, I knew who it went to, fully documented. I had complete certainty where every penny came from, what was going to happen to it, and where it went. And guys, every week, 52 weeks a year, and you want to know something? I still do it today. I can take every company I've ever owned and all the ones I own now. See this building behind me? It's a wedding venue. I own this with my partners. I can tell you where every penny came from every person who walked in the door, what they paid us, why they paid us, and what that money was used for. For 52 weeks a year, I could tell you exactly what happened with this operation here, okay? All my companies are ran that same way. And to this day, every week, I get a personal financial plan, number one, sent to me. Now, I don't do this anymore. I have a team of people who do this for me, right? By confronting what is happening in my financial life, I was able to get some control over it. If you don't look, if you don't confront, if you don't see what is happening, and I mean look at it, because sometimes here's the problem, it's fucking ugly, okay? It's not pretty. And you just go, oh, I'm not gonna look at it this way because it sucks. No, that's the week you need to look at it. You need to sit there and make sure you're in control of your finances. You've got to confront it, all right? You need to know it. You need to understand it, okay? We have this third course. It gives a better understanding of the whole concept of money and credit and all these other different things. It gives you some basic understanding. They take 3-4 hours to do. The FP1's course, it could take you longer, take a little while to figure it out, all right? Because you got to do it. It's something that you do, okay? It's not like, oh, wishful thinking. No, you got to do it. Your success in life is everything to me, and it can happen. The only person who ever will get in your way for doing it is the person in the mirror every morning. That's your only barrier. You work on them, and you work on that, and get some data to help you. You need some tools. That's all it is. It's all you're missing. Get some tools, do it, use it, make it go right. I'm counting on you. Click here to get some more tips. Follow me, my friends, and we'll make this thing happen. Peace out.